In this video of the product data series, we will be focusing on how to add and edit Autoship sequences in OrderLogix. Autoship sequences are set up in order to generate automatic orders in the system based on a customer remaining active in the enrollment program, which would be determined at the point of order entry based on an enrollment offer being chosen on the order. You have to first set up a starting product offer as well as a subsequent offer in order to link them together in the Autoship Sequence Manager setup. You can set up Autoships to be generated very simply on a reoccurring basis, or you can create complex Autoships that send out alternate products each month based on different cycles. Keep in mind that if an Autoship sequence changes after it's already been associated to a customer's record, by deleting it you're truly deactivating it, which would allow you to create a new sequence for the starting offer should it change. Navigate to the Company Data desktop by clicking on the menu navigation option that is Company Data, and then by clicking on Autoship Sequences in the Product Data section. When viewing the Autoship Sequence list page, you'll notice columns that display the base product offer name, the Autoship sequence description, the client associated, how long the delay is for the first shipment, and whether or not the Autoship is active. You can click on the header in any of these columns to sort the list by the value in that column in ascending order. Simply click the header a second time to arrange the list in descending order. To add a new Autoship sequence, click on the green plus sign icon on the right side of the sequence header. This will launch the Autoship Sequence Manager window. Choose the client from the drop-down list that the Autoship sequence should be associated to. However, if it should not be restricted to a certain client, you can leave it defaulted to all. Select the starting product offer name from the drop-down list that will display all of the offers that are currently set up in the system. Choose the pay preference from the drop-down menu as it relates to any applicable commission structures you would have associated to the sequence itself. The next drop-down menu represents the item type column that the Autoship sequence will display in when running reports. Next, enter the description for the Autoship sequence that will display in the sequence list, as well as on the Customer Details Center in the Future Shipment section, where all of the Autoship information will be visible. We will be covering the Customer Details Center in a separate tutorial. Enter a value for an allowable maximum discount percentage before the system would require a manager override code if you choose to. The initial delay field is required and will pertain to how many days the system will wait before generating the first automatic shipment for the sequence, providing that the customer is still active on the Autoship. The first tab that is displayed below is the Sequence tab, which will display what product offer is generated for the first automatic Autoship order, and so on. You have the ability to have the same offer continue to be placed on automatic orders, or to choose different offers that will be generated based on the sequence numbers. Click the Add New Record button, which will then open up the Product Offer drop-down menu with additional fields. Select the offer that you wish to have placed on the first automatic order that the customer will have created and determine what quantity should be placed on the order. After selecting the offer, the system will then fill in the defaulted price points for the unit and shipping fields, which you can edit if you wish to give a certain discount or the customer should pay something else for the offer based on the Autoship terms. You will see the reoccurrence field, which will identify how many times that particular offer is supposed to occur for automatic orders. Therefore, placing a 0 into the field will not stop the offer from occurring until the customer cancels the Autoship. If you desire to only have that particular offer and price points occur on a limited amount, you can also create a different value, and after the amount of shipments occurs in the system, it would jump down to the next sequence line. The number of days field will determine how many days after the first shipment is created that the system will wait before allowing the next Autoship order to be generated. When you have filled out all of those fields for the first sequence, you can click the floppy disk icon to save the information, or the cancel arrow to cancel the changes. If you desire to have a second sequence line applicable for the given Autoship sequence, you can click the Add New Record button again, which will then open up another line item for details to be entered once the first sequence is done with its cycles. When you have completed the sequence information, click on the Options tab to identify some general settings regarding the Autoship sequence that you are creating. Check off the box to use base item commission settings for auto shipments if you want to use the settings of the base item in the script, which would pertain to what type of orders to pay on, as well as if you want to take back commissions on returns. Otherwise, leaving it unchecked will use the settings you have set up in the sequence. If you do not have the previous checkbox enabled, you can choose to check off to take back commissions on auto shipment returns for the sequence so that any given commission will be deducted if the customer sends the Autoship order back. Select the checkbox to use quantity of item from initial order on auto shipments if you wish for the customer to receive the same quantity of offers for each order going forward if they ordered more than one on their initial shipment. Select the checkbox to add cycle days to order date if you wish to have the initial delay amount, as well as the number of days that were covered earlier in the tutorial, begin counting down based on the order date, which would be regardless of whether or not the order succeeded payment. Leaving this unchecked as it states will add the cycle days to the ship date, ensuring that payment's been captured. There is a drop-down menu visible below if you use ship charge profiles for shipment options in the system that will default to use the base order shipping method as the default. However, if the customer ordered an overnight option on their initial shipment, for instance, you may not want their automatic orders to be overnighted every cycle thereafter. If this is the case, you could choose a different shipping method to use for the automatic orders that are generated in the future. We will be covering how to add and edit shipping methods in a separate tutorial. To cancel your changes without applying them, click the Cancel button. To print the Autoship sequence window, click the Print button. To save your offer, click the Save button, which will then return you to the Autoship sequence list page in OrderLogix, where the screen will refresh and display your change. To edit an existing sequence, simply click the green Edit pencil icon to the left of the sequence name. This will launch the Autoship sequence window for the existing sequence where changes may be made. You will now have the additional option of deleting the sequence by using the Delete button to the right of the Save and Cancel buttons. Keep in mind that you cannot actually delete an Autoship sequence once it's been attached to a customer's record. It can only be deactivated in order to keep it intact for future orders related to active Autoship subscriptions. Below the Save button, you will notice that there are data fields called Created and Modified. These will display the date and time that the sequence was originally created, as well as the date and time of the last edit and the user who applied the changes. This concludes the tutorial on how to add and edit Autoship sequences in OrderLogix.